Howdy y'all! Welcome to the Week 1 welcome video. Hopefully you just finished watching the syllabus video and are ready to get started with this week's assignments. This week we are going to focus on safety and tackle the first live theatrical performance reflection. Let's dive in. Safety is absolutely critical in theater. No matter what kind of production you are working on, if you are working on the build with the power tools or sewing in the costume shop, safety is ingrained into our way of life. Each theater you go to has a series of rules in place that are meant to keep everyone as safe as possible. Let's be honest, a play or a musical isn't worth a lost life. And while safety varies from department to department or theater to theater, there are many common practices used to keep people alive and well while working in theater. And while we don't actually get to work in the actual theater this semester, the better prepared you are for your next class or experience at the Stage Center Theater, the better. When you are ready to get started, hop onto D2L and go to the Contents tab. In here, you will find the updated safety manual for the Stage Center Theater. Give it a read, cover to cover. There is a ton of important information in there, from general rules and basic first aid to intricate explanations of how each power tool is operated. The manual covers everything we in the Stage Center Theater believe is important to keep everyone safe. When you are finished reading the manual, click over to the Quizzes tab and take the safety quiz. The quiz consists of 25 questions worth 50 points. It is open book, and you can retake it as many times as you want till the end of the semester, as long as you wait 24 hours from the start of your last quiz. Please note, D2L does not have a restriction that prevents you from taking the quiz again before 24 hours, but it does have a timestamp. So please, if you retake the quiz, make sure you have allowed yourself that 24-hour period or you will have to retake it again anyway. And it means to simplify the D2L aspect, it will be completely multiple choice. And remember, every question on the quiz came directly from the manual, so being an open book quiz, this should be quite manageable. You can start this assignment at any time, but please make sure to complete the quiz before the class period on Thursday, July 2nd. The only other assignment for week 1 is the first live theatrical performance reflection. As was mentioned in the last video, the reflection that you do is going to cover a live recording of either Legally Blonde the Musical or Les Miserables. Both are fantastic productions that use technical elements in a variety of interesting and crazy ways. So the first step for completing this assignment is just to pick which show you want to watch, sit back, and enjoy it the same way an audience would. Feel free to take notes or bullet point ideas as you go to help you create the reflection later. And while the actors are critical to telling the story, focus on everything around the actors. Keep your reflection revolving around the idea of what each design area is doing, how they are working together or separately, and if both or either is helpful in telling the story. Some important questions to ask yourself while watching would be, what does the set look like in this scene? Does it help or give a clear or inferred description of the location of the story? Does it look clean or dirty? What does it say about the people or the status of the people in the setting? Do the costumes make sense with the set and the story? What do certain costume choices say about certain characters? Did the lighting reinforce the story? Do things appear realistic or exaggerated versions of realistic? And how so? What does the world sound like? Do any or all of these things help or hurt your understanding of the story? When converting your ideas into a reflection, make sure to include support from the video or from your personal experience that back up the ideas you are giving. Specific examples are critical. I'm not expecting you to woo me with poetry or win my favor with your oration, but make sure that you are clear and you back up your ideas. There are very few wrong answers in theater, unless they are not supported well. Let's do an example so you can see what I'm talking about. Here's a clip from the Broadway production of Legally Blonde, the musical, that we are using for class.
Whoa!
Great.
Now, do you know the number one reason behind all...
And if I can get a little bubble, perfect. So, watching, we can see the scene here is set in a hair salon, based on the look and the dialogue. This is also an easy assumption based on the scenery, which includes the vanity mirror in the back and the fashion photos covering the sides. These, along with the salon chairs, help set the location. And while the stylist, Paulette's, clothing doesn't scream hairstylist, It does speak volumes about her character as a person, who we will get to know more throughout the show. You can tell from the vibrant colors all around that Elle will be comfortable in this new world. Pretty realistic lighting for the scene in the salon, but notice when the song starts, the world starts to shift. The lighting starts to change and reflect the music and the peaceful environment she is talking about with an array of colors. Nice soft lighting on them and dim blue filling the rest of the stage helps support the mood and the music. The sound of the wails fills the salon and the confused employees instantly react, helping us understand their relationship to the head stylist and how she works.
Every night alone, I pretend like I'm in Ireland, where the Irish bagpipes drone.
And now that we are into the song, we have well-lit characters from the realistic scene before, but with a strong blue light to help support the feeling of the song being sung. Everything in the world feels larger and grander than before the music broke out.
And we dance without moving our arms.
That's plenty of that for now. But you can start to see how I want you to incorporate ideas from the piece into your reflection, while commenting on the technical elements, but keeping a focus on storytelling. Your reflection in the paper should be at least 2 pages, double-spaced, but there is no limit on length. Quality over quantity every time with me. If you want to do your reflection as an audio or video recording, feel free to film your reflection on your phone and submit that, or just pop over to D2L and click on the audio or video recording button in the submission. Audio or video recordings are only a minute long on D2L, I believe, so make sure you use as many as you need to get the 3 to 5 minute length that's supposed to be. Your reflection is due before class on July 7th, when we start diving into the content for the class. That's it for the assignments for the week. Let's do a quick recap to make sure you know what is due when, and what assignments to work on when this video is over. Number 1, read the safety manual, top to bottom. Do this sooner rather than later, because number 2, complete the safety quiz on D2L by the start of class, 8 a.m., Thursday, July 2nd. Please note, the quiz won't be able to be accessed until you get through the safety manual on D2L. Number 3, pick either Legally Blonde the Musical or Les Miserables. Number 4, watch the full production of whichever you chose for number 3. Number 5, create your reflection and submit on D2L before the first class in week 2, which is 8 a.m. Tuesday, July 7th. Remember, either a 2-page or more double-spaced paper or a 3 to 5 minute recording. Number 6, don't forget, as will be standard, you can start working on the next week's assignments as soon as you complete this week's. But don't forget to watch the welcome video from week 2 for a full description of what is due and when it's due. That's it for now. Email me with questions or concerns, and I look forward to seeing you in the next week. Thanks all. Audio and video recordings are only a minute long on D2L, I believe. So use as many as you need to make the 3 to 5 minute. Audio or video recordings are only, that's plenty. That's all that you really need for, that's plenty of that for now.